Hi everyone, so this length of video we're working on our stretches today in the space, so it's a great little video that we can work through and improve, help our flexibility in a certain area of our muscles, and it's just nice and relaxed in this video here, so we're not trying to engage the core through the breathe out or anything, we're just trying to relax through our breathing and just going into our stretches. So the key thing about the stretches, we always stretch the point of tension and not pain, so you break them down through this video, so just go to your stretch point, never try and push the stretch beyond that. So in our lying position, just lying down on the mat, we'll just start off and breaking down into our hip and our glute stretches. So lying down, what we're going to do is bring the right leg across the left knee and then gently lift that left knee in towards the body. And as I raise that knee in towards the body, I'm feeling the stretch around the right side of the glute area and I'm holding that stretch. You can hold the left leg for support in this stretch. Or you can keep the arms rested. If this area feels too much, you can relax the foot back on the ground, and if that's enough from that stretch where you can hold that stretch, but if you lift the knee slightly off the ground, holding that stretch now for a few seconds. Again, we're just going to hold the point of tension, no pain, as we hold our stretch. Your breathing is relaxing or stretching. Inhale, exhale, just try to relax through that exhale into that stretch. So 3, 2, 1, just then release, let that left leg go on the ground. Switching over now, we're going to go left foot across the right knee and then right knee in towards the body. And again, gently lifting it up and into feel stretch across that left side. Again, I can hold my right leg for support just below the thigh area, taking the pressure off that raised leg if I need. Knee gently just focus in towards the chest. You feel the stretch now on that left side. And again, I'm just going to hold at that stretch point, no further, no pain. Just for a few seconds. Again, if that's too much, let that knee out the way to lessen the intensity of the stretch. Always stretch the point of tension, no pain. 3, 2, and 1, and release, and relax. Good. From here, it's going to go into inner thigh stretch, okay? And what we're going to do is keep the feet on the ground to start off. We're going to let the knees fall down towards the ground either side. You can have your hands outside the thigh, the leg area to help adjust and cushion the lengthen. The aim is just to open out the knees as far as you can and fall down towards the ground. So the feet then will gently come together if your flexibility allows it. We're just going as far as you can to feel that stretch in that inner thigh area and the groin area. Just hold that stretch for a few seconds. Hands can be underneath, holding the legs up to take a bit of tension off if you need, or you can just let the weight of the legs open out and hold that stretch for a few seconds. You're just going to open out the inner thigh area, open out that hip area. 3, 2, and 1. Coming back up, knees together, and then from here we're just going to go into thoracic spine stretch. So with this one here, our legs up 90 degrees, hands are coming together, and I drop down to that right hand side. What we're looking for in this one here is as you bring your right shoulder arm on the ground, your knees are out in front at 90 degrees, so they're not tucked down or behind. The knees should be, your knees, upper part of your leg should be pointing across the room, same as your arm. So that'll help you make sure, and then the lower part of the leg out at 90 degrees. The aim as we open up then that left shoulder towards the mat is to keep the knees on the ground. So if my upper back is too tight, as I try and force that shoulder on the ground, my top knee is going to come apart. It's just because my flexibility isn't there. What we want to do is just keep the knees in and just open out that chest area until you feel that stretch. And just hold for a few seconds. Sometimes if our chest is tight, we can't really force that shoulder down on the ground. So you just want to keep the knees locked, so that'll keep the stretch. Open out and hold that stretch. If you can, then that opposite shoulder can relax on the ground. Only if your flexibility allows. Again, we're not trying to force this. We're just going to go to that stretch point only, and then hold that stretch point for a few seconds. 3, 2, 1. So we're bringing our hands back together. So we're coming up to that other side. So again, as we come to that other side, you're just bringing your setup, your left arm, left knee is on the ground, lengthen it away, making sure the legs at 90 degrees, knees are stacked, and then that right arm comes across and opens up, and again, just coming in for that stretch point. And again, if we can bring that shoulder on the ground, that's happy days, like keeping the knee stacked. If not, just keep the knee stacked and go as far as you can to that stretch. And again, we're just holding that stretch point for a few seconds. Point of tension, no pain, and gently hold that stretch. So this one's good for that chest area as well as getting into that upper back area as well. 3, 2, and 1. Just bringing the hand back together, bringing the body back to that starting position, into that right position here. So just going to go into our hamstrings from here, so lengthen the back of the legs. So 2 legs are nice and long. We're going to start off with that right leg straight up from the hip, holding just below the knee. We're just looking for that stretches in the back of that leg area, that upper back area, just above the knee joint. You're going to feel that stretch. You might feel it behind the knee joint as well, in the connection point of that hamstring. And again, we're just looking for the stretch point only. The key thing is just trying to keep the leg as straight as you can. So if you have to drop the leg lower, you straighten it out. That's okay. Go high. That's okay. You just try to find that stretch point, and again, hold below the knee and lift the shoulders above the ground, just to bring yourself up a bit to get a better grip. We're just holding that point of tension, no pain. You can flex that up and down, side to side from here to open up that ankle joint if you want, but in this video, we're just focusing on that hamstring area. 3, 2, and 1. Let that leg relax. Let it fully relax on the ground. Let it rest for a second or two before you switch over, just to give the hamstring on the right side a rest. And then we go over to that left leg, and again, just coming up nice and straight with that leg. And again, looking for that stretch point behind that upper leg area. Hold them for that few seconds as we keep that leg as lengthened as we can. Give that 3, 2, and 1. Let that relax. Back on the mat. Back into that recovery position. Good. From here, we're just going to change our position on the mat slightly. So we're going to go into your hips with this stretch here into the inner thigh region. So we're coming up into an all 4 position, the tabletop position. Hands are under the chest for this one here. Knees are roughly hip width apart. From here then, focusing on that left side, what you're going to do is lengthen that left leg out nice and straight. So your leg is coming as straight as you can to the side. The key thing is we want that foot planted on the ground as that leg stays nice and long. The hands stay under the chest. The right leg is bent. From here then, you're going to feel that stretch a bit in that lengthened leg. And what we're doing then is just gently sitting back into the hips to deepen that stretch and just holding that position. So that if you're lengthening that leg and that feels tight enough and that feels enough, just hold that position. But if you can, then just sit back into the hip area and then you'll feel that stretch around that inner thigh, that abductor area. And we're just trying to hold that stretch for a few seconds. Once we have that, 3, 2, 1, just release out of that one, gently bringing that knee back in. We're going to switch over to that other side. So starting off that all 4 position again, going for that right side. We're going to lengthen that right leg out. Again, just trying to plant that foot on the ground, hands again, staying roughly under the chest. Again, if that feels enough for you, you can hold that position, but if you can then gently sit back into the hips a little bit more, just to deepen that stretch. And again, we're just going to hold that stretch for a few seconds. To the point of tension, still no pain, just into that stretch, just sitting back into the hips a wee bit, just to feel it. That's 3, 2, and 1. Jet release. Come back out of that one there. So from here then, we're just going to stay in this position. We're going to go into our child's pose just to stretch out that entire back. So knees can be together here if you want to aim in this position. We're trying to sit back into your hips. So your hip bones comes towards your ankles. You'll stretch out the glutes. You'll feel that stretch area there. You might feel in the hamstring as well, and into that lower back. And we just sit as far as you can for that stretch. And then with our hands, then we're just trying to push the hands away as far as you can. As you lengthen the hands, walking them away from the mat, you will feel that stretch in that upper back and a wee bit of lats for that upper back as well. You combine and stretch, and as we sit in, head nice and relaxed down into the hips, arms lengthened away for that higher stretch in the back. And you would just try and hold that stretch point for that few seconds. That's 3, 2, and 1. Back out of that one there. We'll do one more stretch in that upper back. So from here then, we're just going to come up onto your knees, lengthen that spine nice and tall. Stay with the back and going to the upper back. So for this one here, the hands are coming together in the front. What you're going to do then is turn your hands away from the body and push your arms out the way. And as I do so, I'm going to push my upper back to that opposite wall behind. So my upper back is going behind me, arms going away, head is tucked in. And as I feel then that stretch around the shoulder blades area, I'm just holding that stretch. So as I gently push the hands away, push the back in that other direction, tucking that head in a wee bit. You'll feel that stretch around the shoulder blade area. And we're just going to hold that stretch for a few seconds. Feeling that stretch, that tension through that upper back, releasing through that stretch. It's 3, 2, 1, just release back. Arms relaxed, body relaxed, shoulders nice and relaxed. Now this our stretch is complete for this video.